Hello, Boring Review Nation. Gabe,
Nick,
and we are here today to bring you another song reaction, fresh off the presses by one Sir Elton John. Nick, I'm excited for this for two reasons. You know, you introduced me to Elton John, and like I said, I had only known about Rocket Man, Tiny Little Dancer. Dude, that's been on my rotation. I listen to that now at least once a day. You know what I mean? Driving to school, driving to work, whatever.
Nice.
I love that song. And I don't know if you know, Savannah used to play piano, and she's like, you like Elton John? And I was like, I didn't even know who he was other than Rocket Man. And Nick put me on. She was like, oh, you suck. I was like, I did not know you're into this kind of music, babe. Yeah, we'll listen to it. Now she's like,
she's been so deprived.
yeah, she's excited. She was like, oh, I love Elton John. So she loves this song. So like when we're driving to work together or whatever, you know, just playing in the background. But
great song.
Also, it's live at, I love watching live performances, and this is live at Madison Square Garden. Have you ever been to Madison Square Garden?
I have not. Been to New York once in my life. We did not make it out there. Only thing I know about Madison Square, well, actually two things. One, that was a common place like where WWF and the early roots would go around and have shows or whatever. Two, it's a place that Kobe Bryant and now LeBron dominate when they play the Knicks. They have their best year performances always.
Everyone dominates. Bro,
the Knicks are in the playoff hunt. They have a better record than the Lakers do.
They call it the Mecca, all right? And every single superstar, it doesn't matter where you are. And you can look this up, research it online, look at NBA interviews.
Your best there.
When you go to MSG, that is where everybody balls out. Kobe Bryant dropped like triple, I think it was like double nickels, 55, had a triple-double that game. Jordan went off. Reggie Miller, I hate his guts.
Gosh.
Reggie, the Nick Killer Miller. Oh my God, bro, so many guys go there, and it's like, MSG, the bright lights, they did, and it's like, I've been to MSG tons of times, watching Nick games there. It's a cool arena. It's not as big as older arenas, I mean, as new arenas or whatever, right, because it's old, but it's right there, Madison Square Garden, and not too far from Times Square, and bro, it's a great venue. I've seen concerts there before, and for you to play the Garden, like, you gotta be somebody. They don't just book anyone as far as, like, music acts and stuff like that. Summer Jam was at Madison Square Garden. Jay-Z sold out tickets in 8 hours or something like that. Everybody was like, oh, 8 hours. Beyonce did it in, like, no joke, bro. It was like 8 minutes. You know what I mean? Taylor Swift broke the stupid, what is it? The Ticketmaster. You could, everybody tried to, Taylor Swift ticket!
It was like when Infinity first came out.
Oh, yeah, dude, it was insane. You couldn't get the tickets. And, like, dude, MSG is one of those places where only if you're really high, obviously, you know, Elton John was a huge star. But again, they don't just book anyone. And I mean, it's super cool that he was there. I'm excited to check this out at the venue. But if you do have a chance, where you gotta go to the Mecca.
Check it out. Bucket list. I mean, it's just one of those iconic places. Doesn't even matter if it's a complete dump, which I'm sure it's not. It's just got that name, Madison Square Garden. I have a hard time saying it fast. But we're going to check this out. Crocodile Rock is one of the many great songs of Elton John. His first time listening to it, I think. Yep. If you like our reaction away, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And always let us know, what are some of your favorite Elton John songs? We've only reacted to a few of them that he especially needs to listen to maybe next time. Who knows? Here we go.
Now this next song, I want you to sing as loud as you can at the appropriate spot, okay? See how loud you can sing. Say
fun random fact, if I remember correct, because I've heard this song a million times, but it's been a while. That whole part where he has the audience sing along is actually a part where I want to say it's more high pitched. Yeah. And so I'm sure he likes to have the audience sing along because he probably doesn't want to go that high every single time. But anyways.
Interesting. Dude, this is very different from the other Elton John songs you played for me. And, you know, I'll tell you right now, I enjoyed it. And it's going to be an additive. It's going to be an additive. Usually when you kind of give me something that's completely different than when you first introduced me to somebody, it takes me a minute to kind of, yeah. But I wouldn't describe, like the other two songs, I described them as beautiful because they were. They were just beautiful, like just really almost ballads. You had to just listen to his voice, listen to the words. But here you got the band in the background. Like normally you don't even know there's a band. It's just him, you know what I mean?
Especially
for the most part.
Yeah.
But this one, man, the band is rocking along. Like it's high energy. Can't wait to play this in the car when I'm with Savannah. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that for me, sometimes, and it's weird because personalities matter, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And he's just got such a lively, captivating personality. I think the same thing about Freddie Mercury. Like I tell you, I think he's just like the epitome of what a superstar, rock star is. Where other bands, like, yeah, I might like their music, but I couldn't tell you who their lead singer is. Still don't know who the lead singer is of Metallica. I mean, I love the songs. I listen to so many different songs of Metallica, but I can say, yeah, that, you know what I mean? That dude's a rock star, superstar. Like, the band is a rock stars. Like, these guys are individual stars, if that makes sense. And I know people get mad, like, Queen had other people, but sorry, Freddie Mercury by himself is an individual star. Again, I didn't even realize before that Elton John had band members or whatever. It was just Elton John. Like,
even solo artists, they're going to have a bands that play along, so it's not just them playing their instrument.
See, I had no idea. But dude, he's a star and he's captivating. He's entertaining. I love him. I love him. And this is what, the third song you played for me?
The fourth.
Third or fourth. And you know, again, Savannah specifically when Elton John came on or whatever, I was like, oh, you know, because I keep them on rotation and we play them and whatever when we're driving. My phone automatically connects her Tesla and it just starts playing. And she's like, oh, Elton John, that's awesome. I love Elton John. I was like, really? She's like, I used to play his stuff all the time when I was doing my recitals because she did dance and she did, you know, piano or whatever. And she was like, yeah, he's super talented. Probably her favorite. It's a connection her and her dad has.
But yeah, I mean, he's got so many great songs. Not all of them are the ballads. I wouldn't say like half are up tempo like this, but he has got quite a few. I mean, Rocket Man is kind of like on the side of more up tempo, right? Even though it's not like crazy. But I'm glad that your wife really likes it and you're now listening to it, so you guys can connect on that because he's great. The one thing I kept thinking about with this song is he has that lyric where he says, Susie and I had so much fun, you know, holding hands and skipping stones. Now, he was openly gay for the majority of his career. I wonder if that was hard for him with his songs to where, again, if I remember correctly, he did the music and his writing partner did the lyrics. But I wonder for someone that's openly gay, how hard it is to write a song or to constantly sing a song, I should say, that has something to do with love, where you'd rather insert the name of your partner at the time, right?
Right.
Or another male person's name or whatever. And he's got another song where he talks about his wife. And I think he was actually married at one point, kind of like Freddie Mercury was before he openly came out and got divorced. But even then, like, I don't know. These guys are professionals, so you'll never be able to tell a grimace or anything. And it's one of their songs. But I just always wondered about that. Would that be difficult?
I think that to a certain extent, they're performers. So because they're performers, they can perform. They perform to the audience. They perform to the crowd. And whatever the music...
still deep inside, don't you think he'd be like, like, I want to say...
I mean, I guess if he was right, but to your point, he wasn't writing his own music, right? Somebody else was writing his music.
Maybe in his mind, he's just singing about somebody else's life.
Yeah, he's just singing. But I remember watching an interview, and I forget who it was, but they talked about like one of their very first parts that they were cast. It was like in a play, and they were playing. I think it might have been was it? It might have been like Leonardo DiCaprio, somebody like that. But he said it was hard for him as a heterosexual male to play like a gay person, and it was like as an
I
actor.
think it might have been Will Smith.
It might have been I forget who it
One of
was.
his first movies he played a gay college kid or something.
Yeah,
like
so it's like one of those things where you just have to go in, and for many of these artists, it's like, this is my art. I'm going and I'm performing, and it's just it's almost like an out of body thing. Like, this isn't me. Sometimes, and people accuse of some actors just playing themselves all the time. And when you play yourself all the time, that's who you are. Like, the best work that Pacino was in was normally in all his, gangsters, or Pesci being a gangster.
Intensity,
So, those intensity. When they play other stuff, even though Pesci did do like Home Alone, he did a few, My Cousin Vinny, but he was more over as the gangster guy or whatever. And true to life, he actually had connections in the mob. So that means it wasn't that hard for him to act that way, because that's what he grew up around, and he knows those people. And did you know that Paul Cicero from The Sopranos was a real life mobster? Uncle Paulie from The Sopranos, look it up. The guy with the wings, or what they call them, wings, but he had the gray patches on the side of his head. He was a real life Gambino gangster. Went to jail, did like a decade. He did a decade in the clink, as they call it, in the can. Came out, and then he went into acting or whatever. But he was a real life gangster, and they had him go on, as a consultant. He had been in small little movies before, and then he got the part in The Sopranos. But like, for him, it wasn't acting, like you said. That was actually my real life, so it wasn't hard to play that role.
That'd be crazy, and it would be interesting. I'm sure that would be very, a level of comfort right there. But still, like, you're having to sing the song over. I'm just curious. Let us know what your thoughts are on our reaction to this one. Let us know what you think about this song. I love this song. He likes it as well. If you don't mind, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
We know all things.